And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a little game from Oink Games, well they're all little if it's from Oink Games, called Tricks and the Phantom, which made me think this was a trick-taking game. It is not. This is a game in which you're trying to figure out who the criminal is out of cards that people put face down with one clue given to you. It sounds very complicated. It is very simple actually. Here's how it plays. Each player is going to get 3 different clue tokens here, yellow, blue, and red with different shapes. You're also going to get a magnifying glass which has a number of lines on it which shows what player you are, and you get a summary card of the same. There's a small deck of 9 cards that plus 2 of these phantom cards. You can use 1 or 2 phantom cards, depends on how you want the game to go. These cards are of different colors and some have special abilities, and you can see those. They're listed on the summary card itself. These are going to be shuffled and 2 are dealt to each player. So one person's first, the first investigator, and they're going to pick one of the 2 cards and put it face down in front of them. When you put it in front of you, you must put a clue token on it that matches the color of the card. So I put a blue one there. Now players who are playing with me now know that I've played either the politician, the Yakuza, or the entrepreneur. Or I might have played the Phantom because the Phantom can be any of the colors. So when you play the Phantom, you can put any color down on it. So a bit of a bluff. So everyone's going to be playing cards in front of them and putting clue tokens on them. So this one's a red one, this one's a blue one, and this one would have played a yellow one. Once everyone has done that, each player is going to put their magnifying glass on the person, and you can put it even on yourself, that you think is the criminal. Now the criminal is normally going to be the highest number, but some things will change that. So then the cards are revealed. So in this case, 10 here would normally be the criminal. It's the highest number. But this yellow card says, if there's a politician number 10, this card is the criminal. This says exclude the Yakuza, the 9. In a 3-player game, if the 4th party card is the criminal, you get 1 point. And the entrepreneur is just a 7. So in this case, boom, this is the criminal. Anybody who picked that person here, who put a magnifying glass on it, is going to get 1 point. Well, actually not just 1 point, but you're going to get points equal to the number of players minus the number of magnifying glasses that are there. So if everybody guesses the criminal, no one's going to get points. But if you're the only person and you're playing in a 4-player game, you'll get 3 points. You also get 1 point for each person to put a magnifying glass on your card if you're not the criminal, or if you are the Phantom. So if you're the Phantom, you want people to put their things on your card. If you're the person who is the criminal, you get 1 point. And if you put your magnifying glass on a Phantom card, you will lose 1 point. A quick look at the cards here will show that the 10, the 9, and the 8 are just numbers. So is the 7. The 6, if this card is the criminal, whoever gets it will get double points. This number 5 gets rid of the number 10 and the number 2. And in a 3-player game, if the 4th party card, you put out a 4th card randomly as the criminal, you get a point. This gets rid of the 9. This here, if this card is higher than, if each player's card is higher than or equal to 5, then this card is the criminal. So if everyone else plays a high number, we already seen the number 2, and then of course you have the Phantoms. And that's it. Those are the only cards that are in the game. After everyone has done this, everyone will then play their second card and do the same thing, which finishes the round. After the round is over, if anybody has 10 or more points, then the game's over. Otherwise, you go again. With a 2-player or a 3-player game, you're going to have some extra people in there. In a 2-player game, you're going to play with, you each have 2 investigators. And a 3-player, you have like a Phantom 4th player that's playing. The clue tokens are neat. You know, they're different colors, but they're also different shapes. The cards themselves are really high quality cards for how few there are. I would probably put them in sleeves because they're going to be used so much. And then you have these reference cards, which are cardboard, and the tokens. Everything fits into the small box, and while sometimes I get an Oink's case for putting too much in a box, this game is pretty much the right size for this box. Now this is a game, obviously, if you're going to play this, it's pretty useful to have all 10 cards memorized, or at least the 5. You have that reference card, you look at them, and you're sitting there, and there's a little bit of bluffing back and forth. Okay, so if you play this card, you played a yellow, and you played a blue, so you're probably playing a high number. Yours could be high or low. Someone here might be lying, I'm not sure. And you could play the game completely randomly. And you even might do well doing that. And that could be a negative against the game. And the game's first round is a little more guessy than the second round. I think the second round's more interesting because you've now seen 4 cards. So now you're down to a much smaller pool of cards. So to me, the second round is a lot more interesting as you play these cards. And the card you play is obvious because you have the one card left in your hand. But who you guess on is going to be a little bit more interesting. This is a nice little filler. It's certainly weird and quirky. A game that just kind of is, hey, we all play a card, we put clues out and go on. And it's a game that I think some people, it's going to tickle their fancy. It did for me, but it may not for everybody. It's very possible that this does not work for all players because of, again, some people are going to look at it and say it's too random. I think there's more strategy there than you might think. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of guesswork in the game and a little bit of bluffing. But as a light little game to bring out to the table, I'm fine with it. I will say this. I think it's best at 4. 3's okay, 2's okay, but it really is best at 4. So it doesn't scale as well as I would like. But it is a neat little game and one of my more favorite games from Oink. So that's Tricks and the Phantom. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas, for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.